Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever podcast, the first episode of It'll All End in Tears. Now, basically, what we're going to be doing, if it's not clear enough by the setup that we've got here, we're going to be picking the random topics. I mean, you guys, by all means, suggest them in the comments because we will run out of ideas. And rank them pretty much. Create a tier list, and there's not really too much more that I can say about it. Obviously, I'm Geordie. As you can see below, this is Jack.
Hello.
We work together, and to be honest, we tend to just do this anyway. So we thought,
we do this.
So we thought we might as well actually make a podcast out of it in case anybody.
It sounds worse than it sounds.
Yeah, now we get
we
work
do work
done.
as well. We do work.
Yeah,
we
do definitely
work as well.
get
we
work.
Not just
talk. But sometimes it gets quiet.
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
I'm both Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Hi, Freeze. I'm Batman.
I'm Batman.
You are never a god. You are never even a man.
I'm vengeance.
So, anyway, this week, for the first episode, we're going to be talking Batman films. We're only going to be doing live action, and obviously with the new Batman film getting released on the 4th of March, 2 weeks ago, it's pretty topical. And I don't know about you, Jack, but every time I've sort of spoke to anybody about this film, the first question they ask me is it better than The Dark Knight? And I don't think they can really be compared massively
I agree.
each other.
I don't think you can compare them just yet because we don't know what the Batman what he's going to be a trilogy. Is going to be more than that. It seems like it's going to be like a Batman universe on it because they've got other things in the pipeline for it, like TV shows.
Yes, exactly. But we will talk about the Batman once we get to it. I'll try and cut it up as well, so it'll you can if you just want to hear us talk about the Batman, then go to the end. But if not, then stick around. So kicking off,
speed is of the essence.
Adam West.
The meme show.
Yeah.
Basically, isn't it?
Yeah, it literally is, mate. Yeah.
For us anyway, it's probably not back then.
No, I mean, it definitely wasn't back then. Like, I've seen sort of people talk about it, and at the time, like, it was quite a serious show for everybody.
Yeah, you watch it now, though, you just see the fight and they go, the pow, and all that pop up on the screen, you just think...
There were some great things, though, in all fairness, like Adam West as Batman is great. Like, it's not like massively accurate, but within that sort of universe that they created, like the Joker is brilliant. What's he called? Caesar Romero.
Caesar Romero, yeah, it was.
Yeah. He's fantastic, and Eartha Kitt that plays Catwoman. Like, they are all good at it, and it all fits within that universe. But it's just now I feel like now we've seen things like Nolan's films and sort of even earlier than that, like it just kind of makes a mockery of it, but I don't know.
No, I think it was just a time when because Batman was sort of like, I don't know when the comics started coming out for it. It must have been like 20 years before the actual show. But it was like, I think TV was just like kicking off then, wasn't it? Like mainstream wise. So it was like, I think it was quite popular. Like,
massively popular.
Absolutely massively popular.
Let's have a look for the first Batman comic. When was it released? First Batman comic, 1940, I think. No, 1939. Yeah.
1939. Yeah.
So this was 60s, wasn't it? Late 60s, early 70s.
So it's like, so like 27 years after it first came out as a comic.
Mad. Not accurate at all to the comics.
No,
but it must have been at that time. They must have thought like nobody wants to see what we see in the comics. They want to see like this fun version.
Yeah, like I can't think of like a superhero like sort of like like Marvel or DC. He was probably like the first one to go and like you like TV, only like
Yeah, probably.
movies
I
and
don't
that.
know when the early Supermans and stuff came out.
No, like there was a few. Yeah, there was a few. I think I've seen a few stuff like Superman. Like it was like a. I don't know if it was quite popular as like, but like when you hear the Batman theme, don't you? It's
Yeah,
it's
it
well
is.
known.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
true. It's iconic.
So
It is. Like,
yeah,
it's very iconic. So that I think for that reason alone, it can't go in either of the bottom two. It can't go.
no,
It
absolutely
can't go in
not.
bad or shite. It just can't.
No, I don't think it can go in May either. I think,
No, it paved the way, didn't it?
but for us, obviously, we can't say it's go. Well, I mean, could we?
And it's not
I've-
fantastic. I
No.
think I'm happy with saying it's good because
Yeah.
it served a purpose at
Yeah.
the time. It was good for the time,
Yeah, absolutely.
and in comparison to the rest, like I say, you can't have it. I don't think we can have it anywhere
No,
near these
no.
bottom three.
I think
because
out of
it's just not
respect to
fair.
it, I think good would be suitable.
Yeah, middle of the pile, and it's a
Yeah.
nice place to put the first one as well. So
Yeah.
so now we've got like a barometer.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
You ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
Right, moving on to this one's just called Batman, isn't it?
Yeah, this
Not
was
not the Batman.
yeah, this is the like the proper like because it started off a series, isn't it? Like sort of like series, isn't it? Like it was like Michael Keaton. Like,
Yeah,
started-
well, I was explaining this because the guy that sort of played Alfred from Batman, right up until Batman and Robin.
right up till Batman and Robin. So I would say the setting the same sort of like
Universe. The
yeah.
actors just changed, didn't they?
Yeah, the actors
like
changed.
literally in the same way that like Don Cheadle came in as Rhodey in the second film. Like it was just a change of actors. I think it was all the same universe, and they did explore a fair few sort of villains when you look over the 4 films. There's Joker, obviously, then Penguin, Catwoman, Riddler, Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Bane.
Mr. Freeze, yeah.
So, like, realistically, as a saga almost, them 4 films.
I think you can say it's a saga. I think you can say it's a saga.
Yeah,
It's it's got the same Commissioner Gordon.
yes, it does. You're absolutely right. Yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Somewhat Hick.
Yeah, Hick. That's right. Yeah, I just seen it now. Pat Hick.
Um,
And yeah, it sort of had its like A-star celebrity cast, didn't it? Like at the time.
I
like,
mean,
Jack
Nicholson.
Tom Lee.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's sort of like it had its like even bloody Danny DeVito. Like what? you look at Danny DeVito these days. He's like
he's in.
all of a sudden he's doing that, and he was in Batman and Matilda and all that, like backing out like.
Yeah,
90s
I
days.
thought that. See, I just had a look then, right? Billy D. Williams is Two-Face, isn't he, in the first one? Like, he's Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and
right.
then obviously that gets changed
That gets changed
to
over.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Yeah,
Billy D. Williams, that's Lando Calrissian, isn't it?
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Mad. Right,
Yeah.
so, anyway, the actual film itself, I think it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
It's certainly good or above.
Yeah, I wasn't the first Batman movie I watched.
No, same.
Like, but it's Tim Burton. Everyone knows Tim Burton, don't they?
Yeah.
Tim Burton did. He's had his own style of like how he does his movies.
I've got an interesting fact, actually. You know that before this was the first time that Batman ever had like a grapnel gun. If it was never in the comics or anything before that.
Really?
That came from this movie. Yeah.
He
So
just sort of stuck with him, didn't he? Like, in
yeah,
general.
that's kind of obviously it's quite a big thing now,
Yeah, that's mental. That.
and it's got its great moments, like when Michael Keaton loses.
Oh
his
yeah,
head.
like
Let's get
yeah.
nuts.
Yeah. And when the bat wings flying down, he just pulls out this massive like barrel revolver and shoots it. It's just like.
And I feel
You
like,
know-
in a similar way to what the Batman has done, it sets a very distinct scene of Gotham.
No, absolutely. Yeah,
It's very
You've got,
different. Like, it's nowhere near as sort of dirty and gritty and horrible as this. new
No,
one is, but
I think it's more based on like the comics, isn't it?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It has. It's probably like it's probably like the closest you're going to get to Gotham comics.
You get a
know what I
really
mean?
good feel for it straight
Yeah,
away,
you do.
don't you? Like the
Yeah.
music, the way that the buildings look.
Yeah.
It's quite dark. You get quite a good feel for it.
Like it's like this, like not I wouldn't say based in 1940s, but you get that vibe, don't
Yeah,
you?
yeah. Almost like Gatsby-ish in a way.
Like you get the Tommy guns and all that lot.
Yeah.
Like
Yes. Yeah. And the Joker obviously was a hell of a performance.
no, like Nicholson. Nicholson's like one of the greatest actors, isn't he?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and it's different again to what I'm interested to see that if you like. Because obviously, I did know of Nicholson's Joker before before I saw Heath Ledger do it.
yeah.
It'd be interesting to see somebody who's never seen, who sort of only knew Heath Ledger as the Joker, go back and watch what they thought of Nicholson, because I just think they're sort of chalk and cheese, aren't they? They're at the opposite end of the spectrum.
No, absolutely. Like Nicholson's got his own way of doing it. Heath had his own way of doing it. You know, completely different Jokers, and that's what I love about the Batman movies. They're all completely different. Like when you go from Nolan's movies to the recent one as well. You know, they're absolutely completely different how they portray the characters.
Yeah. It's tricky. It's going to be trickier than I thought. This, because would I class this as fantastic?
I think I would. On the basis, I just think it's a good introduction to its own like Batman universe.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's fair to say it's fantastic.
Fair enough. Right. All right. You know what? I'll let you have it. We'll go up there, but we can always chop and change when we start.
Absolutely, yeah.
You don't really think you'll win, do you? Things change.
Meow.
Now, Batman Returns next. Different Batman. Same Batman.
Oh yeah, same Batman, but it's
Batman.
It's got a more like darker tone to it than Batman.
Grittier.
Absolutely more dark. Yeah.
You see, like Penguin is obviously it's Danny DeVito. It is terrifying. Like it's
it's the makeup in it. It's like how he looks and how they portray him.
And
he's like this.
He's almost creepy as well, like in a sort of misogynistic way towards women. It's like he's just this dirty, horrible old man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's like they've more given him like. Obviously, we know Penguin is like having like a crippled like with a crane and everything, but they've actually like given him a deformity in the way like this Penguin.
He
was born disfigured, and then they got rid of him, ends up like in an abandoned like circus place, and he gets raised by actual penguins.
Interesting.
If you haven't seen the movie, sorry.
Different take.
It's been out for a few years, a couple of years.
Yeah, if you've not seen it, go and watch it.
It's basically the introduction anyway, so it's.
I remember I distinctly remember that it's a very dark film. Like it's in terms of like obviously like the tone of it, but I mean like in actual visually, it's very quite dark.
Yeah, it's Tim Burton again, but it's like Tim Burton.
Sweeney Todd.
When Tim Burton went to this time, it was like I think it was like Edward Scissorhands and all that. Like this is Tim Burton like in his prime, basically.
Yeah. I get you. Right, so. Catwoman's brilliant as well. Actually, Michelle Pfeiffer's brilliant.
Yeah, Michelle. Yeah,
I think this is probably
Christopher Walken is in it as well, and he has like Max, like the businessman, rival businessman to Bruce Wayne.
I think this might be better than Batman. You know.
I don't
know.
In my so I said Batman's fantastic because I think a lot of people would agree it is a good introduction to Batman. My personal preference is Batman Return is my favorite. but I don't want to I don't know how other people will see it. But it's obviously it's mine and yours. So
I
for
reckon.
me,
I
for
reckon.
me,
Right.
it's good. I love it.
I
Yeah.
think that there and that there.
Yeah, no, for me, because I love Batman Returns.
I do as well. And the thing is,
I've
what-
watched it more times than Batman because I got introduced to like from Batman Forever and Batman Return, like and
yeah,
then Batman and Robin. So yeah, I agree. Yeah,
I think as well that what keeps making me second guess myself is Nicholson as Joker. It's like, does that push it up into fantastic? Don't know.
yeah. I think Nicholson like carries it, doesn't he? Batman.
But saying that, we're on about the film. We're not on about individual characters.
No, yeah,
And yeah, I think Batman Returns is probably better.
yeah. I would have said me personally. Like, I don't know where you saw it, but me personally, I love Batman Return.
Yeah, I
It's
think, and it's maybe the age I was at. It scared me.
Yeah, no,
it did
same.
scare me. Like,
Same, yeah, because it was just much more dark, wasn't it, and violent, like, you know what I mean?
And I remember, like, I'm sure there's a bit where Penguin says something about filling a void, and he looks at a woman that's like getting herself some water, and she's like, "Oh, I'd love to fill her void," and it's stuff like that, and it's
like a completely like different compared to like Tim Burton. Like, it was like, oh yeah, fuck it, I'm going all out on this one. You know what I mean?
And he could at the time. The thing is, like, if you did that now, you'd probably get people complaining.
Yeah,
and stuff,
you would
cancel you. So like,
it would get like there would be mixed reaction to it.
Yes,
and that's not necessarily a bad thing when you got
controversial.
mixed. Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing when you get mixed reaction to it because it gets talked about, doesn't it?
yeah, which is the aim of the game.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I have a riddle for you. Tell me.
Right, moving on again. Now this is a different Batman. This one is a different Batman.
Absolutely.
This one's Val Kilmer, isn't it?
Yeah, Val Kilmer. Yeah.
Val Kilmer. So I wonder why. Let's have a look. Right. What do you think about Batman Forever? What's your opinions on it? Will I have a look about find out why Michael Keaton didn't do Batman Forever?
I mean, Jim Carrey's in it.
Yeah, best part of it.
Best part of
And
it.
Tommy Lee Jones is also a very good part of it.
Yeah.
I think they're brilliant.
I think I don't know. I'm gonna say, like, it was one of the first Batman movies I watched.
Yeah.
And my favorite bit was Jim Carrey and the Batmobile in the movie. That's it.
Do you know why? This is actually quite funny. Do you know why Keaton didn't do it?
Why?
Creative clash with director Joel Schumacher.
Oh,
so
Joel Schumacher.
obviously Joel was taking it in this direction that we're gonna go on and talk about.
And Joel did Batman and Robin as well, so
He did, yeah, he did. Well, I mean, like, in all fairness to him, right? Let's not pretend that like he's a bad director.
No, absolutely not. No,
he's done other stuff. I'm trying to think. He did Phone Booth. I remember that. That was a good.
Did
film.
Lost Boys.
Lost Boys.
Lost
Yeah,
Boys.
exactly. He did pass away last year. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Joe. But I've actually heard Colin Farrell, because obviously he worked with him on Phone Booth, was talking about how he felt about the movies, and apparently he just felt really guilty, which makes me feel really bad. Because he was like, because Colin was saying, and it was like, like he understood how big these movies are to everybody, and like he felt really guilty that he didn't do them justice, and he wanted to take them in a direction, and obviously people didn't kind of appreciate it. And I was just like, apparently he wrote an actual apology to the fans. But we'll go on to that because Batman Forever was alright anyway.
I would say it's alright, yeah. I would say it's a little bit more cheesy compared to yours.
It is, but I don't think it was. I think it was a conscious effort to do that. I think he tried to do that. I don't think it was like an accident.
No, I
look at Riddler's suit, like.
Yeah, no, I think the certain part of it, like, you know, the designs of the suits, like the lid looks.
Yeah,
looks fantastic.
aesthetically, it's very nice to watch.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah.
Very strange thing to say about a film, but like it looked, it looked pretty.
Yeah, and Val look like he's not actually a bad Batman.
No, I mean, exactly. Nobody's out here shouting that Val Kilmer's a bad Batman. They just say that the movies aren't great.
Yeah.
Robin get introduced in this one as well as
Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, Chris O'Donnell or Connell or something.
Yeah.
And then obviously, Alicia Silverstone as well. She get introduced in this one because I'm pretty sure she's on the cover here.
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
Which is future Batgirl.
Oh no, I don't think she did. Did she?
Who's that on the cover then?
That's Nicole Kidman as Dr. Chaseman.
Is it? I can't remember. He's very little, so I can't see it.
She was like a scientist, like love interest of Bruce Wayne.
Oh, I remember. What's she called?
Like something Chase. Like
right, yeah.
Dr. Chase, yeah.
Right.
She was like the damsel in distress.
Right.
For Bruce Wayne in the movie. I suppose he needed the one, didn't he?
Yeah.
But did it the last two?
Chase Meridian. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's it.
Also, shout out to the Alfred in all of these movies. He's unreal.
Who, Michael
Goff,
Michael Goff. Yeah,
he's fantastic.
He's my favorite Alfred. Respect to the others. Like he's OG.
That's a big statement.
He is. He's OG. I don't care. Sorry, Michael.
Nah, it's gone. Anyway,
sorry, Keaton.
We'll talk about that later on.
Sorry, Michael Caine.
I know, Circus as well. But we've not seen enough of him. I love Alfred in Gotham, mate.
Gotham?
Where are we putting Batman Forever on this bat list?
I want to give it good, but at the same time,
I want to give it good, but then it's not. Looking at the rest of the list, it isn't on the same level as these two.
Oh my god! To be unfair to it, he did. But look at the box office; it did well.
This is Kiss from a Rose, isn't it?
Yeah, this is I'll give it good. Yeah, I think
the latter end of good. But then it's like, no, I don't think we can. I don't think we can put it in the same league as Batman.
No. God,
it's just gonna have. It's just gonna have to be. It is. It's just gonna have to be a mess.
Yeah, I can accept that, but at the same time, no.
Oh, I think the trouble is, Jack, we're Batman fans, so we.
Yeah.
You get the ice. I'll get the ice, man.
I got mine. Where's yours?
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
But
yeah.
So the next one.
Now we can talk about giving this a fair.
Yeah. But again, see, the thing is, it entertains me.
Yeah, it does, but at the same time, looking back at it, after 15 years, it's awful.
Yeah, it isn't a good film.
It isn't a good movie whatsoever. So. I'm sorry. When I was a kid, fair enough, and then looking back at it, maybe not.
No, I get what you mean. I do get what you mean. If I said to you, though, Jack, if I said to you right now and I had 2 DVDs, I've got Batman and Robin and I've got Batman, the 1989 Keaton one. Which one do you want to watch? Which would you watch? The fact that you even have to think, I don't think it's as bad as people make out.
I watched Batman and Robin so many times as a kid. I got it Christmas Day. I got a Batman suit. I got a Batman mobile. I got loads of Batman stuff.
I would like photos, please. I would like photos of that, please.
Yeah, mate, I've got home cassette videos. Your camcorder videos of it, just me running around my back. I'm Batman.
There is just Jesus.
Oh man,
I want to see that, please. There was just a few decisions within this movie that probably weren't the right decision.
You know how Tim Burton went full Tim Burton and Batman Returns?
Yeah.
Yeah, Joel Schumacher went full Joel Schumacher in Batman and Robin.
He did, yeah. But I think he tried to bring back the Adam West kind of style, didn't he? And people didn't want it.
That's it is very it is that sort of like feel to it when you watch
Like
it.
getting skates off the bottom of your
Yeah.
boots and like all the little catchphrases from Arnie. Arnie. Why Arnie? I mean, he was everywhere, wasn't he? It was the 90s. 97 it came out. We were
Yeah.
three or four. So,
I remember the Christmas Day. Like I honestly, because I was so excited to watch it.
do you know what I
because-
do quite like about these? I don't know whether it's just nostalgia. The soundtrack is very
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. It's like just it. So maybe no. I think it's just nostalgia because I was going to say iconic, but it's not iconic. There's just a certain kind of noise from that movie that instantly brings me to like as if I was 8 years old watching it again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The fact that they went for Anthony Hopkins and then decided to go with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's interesting, isn't it?
I was surprised. I read it, just reading this now. I was surprised, like the reason Val Kilmer didn't go back to the role is because it's scheduling conflicts with The Saint. That's why.
Oh right.
He was shooting a different movie at the time. That's why
He obviously didn't enjoy it that much, did he?
I think it was a good choice. I think it was a good choice for him. To be honest.
Yeah, probably was. George Clooney. So George Clooney as Batman. Discuss. He's not the best.
I mean, he looks great. Let's be honest.
Was he
George
given an impossible task with the suit with nipples on and the back card?
I think he was just in a losing battle, wasn't he?
Yeah. Can you be a good Batman? Given those situations, unless you're Adam West and it's the 60s.
I mean, look at the suit when he's wearing the mask. He looks good as Batman.
Yeah.
He looks good.
He's got a strong jawline.
I think he suits it as well. To be fair,
that's actually the only one that could fit on Pattinson's head, wasn't it? When he tried to fit, when he tried the suits on.
Yeah.
It's the only cowl that could fit on his head.
Oh my god!
Big head.
The nipples.
I know.
Oh, the suiting up scene in it. Oh god! Do you remember that? The suiting up scene where it's just like
did he go down a pole? Oh my!
No, it's like it's like they put the cape on, pull the pants up.
Oh right, yeah. I do remember.
Batman Forever did that as well. But they snuck it in like at the end.
They do the running. They do the running, don't they? In the back.
At the end.
Brilliant. Right, so where are we putting that?
Go absolutely.
Is it going in shite or is it going in bad?
Shite.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh no.
The cheat, mate. Look, like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That breaks my heart.
The Ice Age is going. All that shite.
See you later.
The fucking scene when they're in the auction and the fucking Batman pulls out his back card. Come on. It's not good.
All right, fine. All right. We'll leave it at the bottom. Something's got to go in there, hasn't it? We can't have an empty tier. So
it's often it's often considered to be one of the worst movies ever made.
That's a stretch.
That's harsh. Like, come on.
Mean. That's just blatantly mean. But yes, it's not good.
It got a Gabby, like when the sound, like Smashing Pumpkins got a Gabby fit for having a song in it. So,
right, yeah. I said the soundtrack, didn't I? See?
Yeah.
Right.
Where were the other drugs going?
I never knew. I don't know. I swear to God.
Swear to me.
Now we're moving on to the real stuff.
Here we go.
Batman Begins. For me, the second best of the trilogy. I think I think I prefer this to The Dark Knight Rises.
Interesting.
There's just a couple of things which I will touch on in Dark Knight Rises that I think bring it a little bit lower and kind of And not massive. They're very nitpicky, really, really sort of. But anyway, Batman Begins. Obviously, introduction to Christian Bale as Batman. Completely new. How many years? So Batman and Robin was 97. Batman Begins.
97. So this was like
2006.
2005. This was actually.
Was it right? So
Yeah, it's like
8 years.
8 years. Yeah, 8 years.
Obviously, Christopher Nolan had hold of it. So you instantly knew. I didn't at the time. Obviously, I was a child, but like anybody who knew anything about films at the time would have known that it was going to be a very different Batman at this point to any that we'd ever seen before.
Yeah,
as soon as you know that Christopher Nolan's got hold of it.
I think it's what like it put Nolan like in the light. You know what I mean? Like in the limelight for him.
It made Batman cool again.
Yeah. No, it was just
Batman and Robin did a number on making Batman really not cool.
It's just a very good origin story as well for Batman.
And Christian Bale is fucking brilliant actor.
Bale's just as an actor, he's brilliant at what he does. He goes the extra mile to do for his roles.
It wasn't that long after The Machinist that he did this, was it?
No,
and he went from like anorexic.
He buffed up so much, like.
Yeah.
It like compared to the what was it called? The mechanic
Machinist.
Machinist, that's it. So the Machinist, he was like
unhealthy. Yeah, literally.
And then you go to this, he buffed up so much, it's ridiculous. But no,
Cillian Murphy as well. It had an all-star cast realistically when you look back. I mean, Cillian Murphy wasn't that big a name at the time, but Liam Neeson, Michael Caine,
Liam Neeson,
Morgan Freeman,
Gary Oldman,
like
it's what
kind of speaks for itself. Again, Gotham. Yeah. What these do is they're almost a real life simulation, aren't they?
I have to say, like the Batman movies do so well with the cast.
Oh yeah, they do, and. Like I was listening to sort of, I think it was Robert Pattinson again talking about the Batman and Bruce Wayne, and and as he was becoming an actor, playing Batman was the crown jewel for him. It's something that he's always wanted to do, and it's kind of a lot of actors see it as the biggest role because it's not only a blockbuster character, a franchise that's going to carry huge sort of.
Yeah, it's sort of that like role, like.
But it's not just a boring role either. It's not like just a boring lead. You've got.
You get It's like I'll say James Bond in a way because James Bond's like that, isn't it?
Yes,
if you get cast as James Bond, that's it.
You sit, and you know your material. You like in terms of the villains that you've got to work with. It's just a very well orchestrated plot with a. Fantastic, but in the same breath, there's a lot of pressure with that.
No, absolutely,
because like comic book fans are like a cult, like you're never going to please them all. So
no, look at Star Wars.
Yeah, exactly. But even them and their prequels, like people are starting to realize now that the kids of our generation are starting to realize like we liked them. Just because the older generation didn't like them, but I didn't like them. Clones, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
So Batman Begins, like you say, origin stories, Ra's al Ghul's in it, Scarecrow's in it. It's how he becomes Batman. Gotham is pretty grim at this point.
Yeah, Gotham. It's very like modern day city, and it's like a more realistic take on of like a city. But there are some gritty, like there's some like bad spots of Gotham you see in the movie, like when he goes and see Falcone.
Yeah, exactly.
You get the tone of it, what Gotham's really like.
Yeah, when he gets dragged out and punched.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like, it just shows the build up of him becoming Batman, which I think is brilliant.
Yeah, that scene. Oh, and of course, Hans Zimmer is just. But that scene when he's in the cave and all the bats are flying around.
Yeah, he just
that's so cool, and he just stands up and like
he just stands up.
think in terms of the others, it's better than any of the films on there at the minute.
Yeah,
But I don't
agree.
know. It's whether we say, is it a better Batman film? Is it a better movie? Is it a better Batman film than
my
Batman
opinion,
Returns?
it's better than the Batman. And that's my opinion. I think it's better than Batman.
Yeah, definitely here.
Yeah, no, I think it's fantastic.
Whether, yeah, but is it more fantastic than that? Is the question. Different, very different. How do you?
I think they're very
compare those two?
different, but like I think they're both. It might like I think they're both equally as fantastic.
Do you know what? I'll give Batman Begins the I'll pip it just because as a opener. That's
as like the first movie.
I don't know. Because then you can almost say sequels are sometimes harder to like the middle movies often sort of renowned to be the quiet one, apart from obviously this trilogy. But
yeah,
tricky. I think personally, Batman Begins is a better film than Batman Returns.
I want to say yes, but at the same time, I love Batman Returns.
I know. Right, now I'll tell you what. Let's put it there.
Yeah.
For now. We'll
for
probably
now.
change it.
Yeah.
We'll probably change it.
I think, yeah.
And here we go.
Right, so there we go. Anyway.
That's it. Next one.
Dark Knight Rises. No, obviously we'll talk about this. This is literally my favourite film. Like, if we had a list of every movie that ever existed, Jack, this would be at the top of mine. So,
no, I agree. I totally agree. I got it. My auntie got it on DVD, and I went like a year after it came, not a year after, like when it came out on home media, and I couldn't stop watching it.
Yeah,
I never watched it as well. I fell off I fell off a little bit with Batman at that stage, but Dark Knight sort of just like dragged me back into it. Like it.
Yeah, I watched Batman Begins. I remember I went to watch Batman Begins with my granddad Jim and my brother on a Friday night. Watched it, enjoyed it. However, I was in no massive rush to go and watch The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
But,
everyone.
Do you know the first time I saw a scene with the Joker? Right, we were. You were in my class, but it was Christmas time.
Yeah.
That time in school where you don't do any work, I popped film on. So Miss White popped on Dark Knight, and we got to watch like 50 minutes of it. And then it was like, bell went, lunchtime, and I was like, what? No. Like, so I was like, I need to watch more. And obviously, like, we were doing drama at the time, and like acting, I just love acting. So like watching, as soon as I saw Heath Ledger came onto the screen, I was just encaptured by him. I just wanted to see more and more and more and more and more. Like, the way that he did it, that was so different from the way Nicholson did Joker, was such a bold move in itself that could have gone tits up. Like, essentially, they made they took a massive risk in the same way Joel Schumacher did. But this one paid off. That's the only difference, and it'll get spoke about forever because of how iconic.
It sort of took the limelight away from the main character.
Yeah.
Like, Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker is one of the greatest portrayals you ever see in any movie.
It's not even just the main character it took it away from. I think it took it away from everybody. I think
No,
until you watch it a second time, you don't appreciate anything else in that film, really, I don't think. All you can think about when you stop watching that film is, oh my God, the Joker was amazing. Like, and then when you consider the cast that is actually around him, it's Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, like Gary Oldman, Aaron Eckhart, he's amazing as Two-Face, like really, really, really good. If he was in his own film,
I like Aaron Eckhart.
He'd probably be spoke about more, but
yeah,
he's just Heath Ledger's performance was such
yeah.
a powerful one, like, and then obviously like he passed away, which it just made it even more.
I just took it to the level like everyone remembered him for that role. Like,
Yeah.
that was his like.
There was this breakthrough moment, which was what was so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah, it was. It really was. It was absolutely heartbreaking, but it's just hard to describe how much of a good, you know, how good it was. It was like ridiculously good. I wouldn't say even carried the movie. He was just part like
No, the fact's right. Going toe to toe with Christian Bale
every
in some scenes.
scene with the Joker in it. You just like, oh, what's he gonna do
Shout
now?
out to Hans Zimmer as well, because he gives him this high pitched violin squeak every time he's
Yeah,
anywhere
yeah,
near,
like,
and you just like
the
know
night,
he's
like,
coming.
How I got these scars scene, like honestly, everything about it, you're just like on the edge of your seat. You're just like
That scene, like I say, we're just rifling them off. Like that scene in the hospital, the scene where he is in the van and he's driving, and then it crashes, and he gets out and he's like, hit me, I want you to hit me." That is just so good. Like, yeah, such a shame.
it's kind of. I
such a
kind of
loss.
like want to. It's like one of those movies you kind of just want to watch again, not knowing,
Yeah.
because you can't predict what he's gonna do. You
No.
haven't got a clue.
Well, that was the thing. I think Christopher Nolan sort of said with the takes, no take was the same with him. He had the character so erratic that if they did a take 2, it'd be completely different from take 1. Yeah, it is go. Like, there's no way that goes in any other category.
Yeah,
Like,
no, absolutely, no. It's a movie you would just skip. Like, I respect the Batman Begins. You would just skip it and watch The Dark Knight. Like,
yeah, no, I have. Yeah, I've many times. Did it on my
I've done
birthday.
it so many times. I do. I just watch it.
Do you know
like,
what's amazing about it as well, though, is that you actually don't need to watch Batman Begins. You could just watch The Dark Knight.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Like, you don't
just
need
watch
the
The Dark
origin,
Knight
realistically. It starts off with that bank job. You're hooked. You're like, oh, what's going on here? Why are they all wearing clown masks? And then obviously there's the Joker reveal, which is amazing. And then from that it goes to the scene in the multi-story car park with the Scarecrow and the gangs and the dogs and all the fake Batman. And then the Batman rocks up, and then you get the scene where he explains, "Oh yeah, we've got copycats again, Alfred." So like, you literally don't need to know any of the thing that's gone on.
No,
prior.
it's that sort of like the sequels. That like, especially Batman Begins and Dark Knight. There's like, you don't need to, like, there's no link to it. Like, you don't need to watch Batman Begins and know what happens in that to watch a Dark Knight, because Batman Begins is sort of introduction to Bale's Batman, and then Dark Knight is sort of Bale's, like, the Batman universe and all. And
one thing that
you know
we've
what I
not
mean?
touched on as well, and I think, yeah, definitely you see it at full force in this, is Bale having the 3 characters perfect. You know what I mean? Having the Bruce Wayne when he's sat with Alfred talking about Batman, having Batman himself, and then having Bruce Wayne, billionaire playboy. Give me, oh, it's all right, I own the place. Taking the whole Russian ballet on a yacht cruise. You know what I mean? All that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's just so good at it. Christian Bale is just so good at that.
Yeah, no, he is.
And I don't think we'd really seen it done on screen before. And I think now it's how everybody wants to see it done, which is why a couple of people have taken not as much of a liking to Pattinson.
Gary Oldman as well as Gordon as well.
Gary Oldman is anything ever. Right.
Yeah, Gary Oldman as James Gordon is just perfect. Absolutely perfect. You get that sense of like he's a leader.
Try to think if there's anyone we've missed out of that film. But Maggie Gyllenhaal, brilliant. Weird that they changed actress.
Yeah,
I think it was a schedule clash, that one. I think. Can't see Katie Holmes not wanting to be in the second.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's just one of them, innit? I mean, compared to the
wasn't that big a deal, was it?
The bloody 90s films where they change actors just like that.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't that big a deal to have.
No.
Have a new.
No.
Rachel.
Morgan Freeman's Lucius Fox.
Yeah, exactly.
Morgan Freeman's like
the Donnie. Having Kane and Freeman together is just amazing in itself. Like, no wonder no wonder Batman succeeds in a sense because, like, look at his squad. Like, he's got Oldman, Freeman, Kane. Like, what a bunch! What a squad! Right,
and that's it with the Nolly. It's like set up perfectly for him to,
And he's Christian Bale's brilliant. And he acts. He's so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, right, we'll move on because we've got to talk about Christian Bale and the full squad a little bit more now.
I'm in charge.
Do you feel in charge?
I've paid you a small fortune.
This gives you power over me?
Onto the third Nolan film, The Dark Knight Rises. Right, Rises. Introduction to a new villain. Obviously, as we mentioned, that Mr. Ledger had passed away, unfortunately. I think there was plans to reintroduce him back, but they went on a different route, and Tom Hardy played Bane, which I thought was quite odd. Prior to sort of release,
it's like as a Batman fan, we all know Bane as like this massively muscled psychopath, like on something called Venom, innit?
Yeah, Venom. Yeah,
Venom's the drug he takes, like to get like muscle enhanced and like psychopath. This is like a different take. He's like he's more of like a mass terrorist, isn't he? Like he was part of the League of Shadows, which is what chained Bruce Wayne becoming like Batman in a way.
I think I might be wrong, but I think Bane in the comics trained with the League of Shadows as well. But I might
Did
be
he?
Wrong. I don't know that, but
I've not really
probably in one of the comics it might have done like that. But, you know.
I can imagine that. I never saw it. Like you look at Bane back in the TV show, you just see this like massively like enhanced like.
Apparently he's very intelligent though, as well. Apparently he's very intelligent, but yes, I love this film. I love Tom Hardy as Bane. Anne Hathaway came in as Catwoman. That was great, to be honest. She was really good. Who else comes into this film? Who's the last that plays Talia? She's good.
Not too sure.
She's got scary eyes. It's a good film.
Murphy. Yeah. No, it is. I think it's a good conclusion to the Nolan trilogy. It's a very good conclusion. Obviously, it's not seen as like as big as The Dark Knight, and I think maybe not as Batman Begin. I think
it's as good as Batman.
I think it's for me. I think it's the second best out of the Nolan trilogy, only because I think it's a very good conclusion to the whole thing.
Yeah, see, all it was, right, for me, there's just a couple of things. I'm not a massive fan of the whole Robin crack. Like, I thought it was just a bit empty. Like
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
I
didn't like that. Like, just the fact that they said Robin at the end. They didn't. Obviously, I think it was his middle name and that, but I don't.
I thought it was. I thought it was alright. Actually, I thought, oh, wow. I thought it was like one of those moments that, oh, wow.
But the thing is, he won't be Robin because Batman's gone. That's my problem.
No, yeah, that's another thing I don't get.
Wouldn't it be Batman?
Wouldn't it be that? Wouldn't it be like Nightwing or something like that?
Yeah, or just Batman because no one knows the identity. No one knows that it's Bruce, do they? And then I think maybe there was the bit in the prison that I wasn't a massive fan of when obviously he broke his back. He went to that prison and he was jumping around with a thing tied around his waist. It surely would break his back even more.
Yeah.
And then after he got out, he released all the prisoners. Like, Batman, lad, come on, what are you doing? Like, there's terrorists and that. Like, you can't be letting them all out.
I just remember that.
Like, what's that about? So yeah, it was just like I say, it's very nitpicky. It's just it is just a couple of tiny little things, but I just don't think that it's
one thing. I just remember one thing as well. Like, his name's John Blake. Like, Blake figured out Wayne's identity, didn't he?
Yeah.
In the movie.
Yeah.
I just don't get how can you just like pinpoint? Oh, you're Batman.
Yeah.
Like, what?
No, he said that he'd been working it out for years and that, didn't he? Oh, I think.
What? Has he got his fucking whiteboard and his it's like the fucking names everywhere? No, it's not him. No, not him.
That Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he's trying to find his dad.
Yeah, it's just
And I will do it for you.
it's just like.
Sure.
I other than that, there's some like you said, there's some bits that you just think. But I do like it as an overall movie. Like the last fight scene where they're all fighting outside of.
Oh, there's some amazing cinematic scenes.
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
Like, when the football pitch is dropping and he's running.
Yeah.
And
like Bane's speech about the bomb and everything.
And
I like
the opening is big when the when Littlefinger, innit? It's Littlefinger.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh my god. Hardy's portrait of Bane was good as well.
Yeah.
Like he's
unusual.
No, because it's not a Bane I would have thought. I would have thought Bane would be like this overly aggressive, like sort of like a henchman of like some bigger villain, which he technically was in the movie, to be fair.
You feel in charge.
Yeah, the voices. That's what I love of the voice as well.
Yeah, no, it is. It's good. It's good. But I think Batman Begins is better as a film. I think I can pick less things out of Batman Begins than Dark Knight Rises.
I don't know. I think it's better than Batman Begins. Like I do. I don't know. I
tell you what. Seeing as we're at dispute, we'll put it to IMDb rating, whichever's the highest rating out of the two of them.
All right, okay, I can accept that.
Batman Begins has got 8.3. Dark Knight. Oh no!
Oh no! The tail is.
It's back. It's back.
Oh my God.
That was a scary moment for everybody.
Oh,
imagine. The Dark Knight Rises is 8.4, right? So yeah, fair enough. I'll let you have it.
Actually?
Yeah. Well, it's one better. But are we having that Batman Returns is better than both of them Nolan films, though?
What was that? Sorry.
Are we having that Batman Returns is better than both of them Nolan films?
For me, like me personally, yeah. No, I love Batman Returns. Though. It's one of my favorites. I don't know. I just think the.
I do know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. But I think it's because it's a bit different as well.
Yeah, that's why I like Batman Returns. I think it deserves to be. It is a good Batman movie. You rewatch Batman Returns again, you'll think it's a good Batman movie.
Yeah. The IMDb, it's got 7.1.
I get what you. I bet, yeah, but it's like personal favourite, but you can't do it dirty, please.
Right, all right, fine, right, fine. We'll do that. That a deal. If we put Batman Returns there, but then Batman Begins, then Dark Knight Rises.
That's fine.
We'll compromise.
I can accept that. It's fine.
Fair enough.
I just love that movie.
Tell me. Do you bleed? You will.
Mm-hmm. Right. Now moving on. Oh, it's these dodgy ones.
Dodgy ones.
Yeah. It is. It's this.
The Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
I never watched it.
Did you not? Have you still not watched it?
I saw the fight scene and was just like.
Well, okay. So I'll talk about it. It's not a bad film. It's not bad. Okay. It isn't bad. I'd put it in there.
Alright, I'm gonna watch it now, definitely.
Because
it's just, I just think when I first saw it, I just think it's a bit ridiculous that Batman and Superman were fighting each other.
It was also a bit soon.
Yeah,
and I feel like Batman versus Superman should be the third film in a trilogy where you've gone Batman film, Superman film, Batman versus Superman. Like,
yeah,
it should have been a climax, a lead up. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like bringing out the first Avengers film, Endgame. Like what? You know what? That's the kind of vibe I got from it. And It's like, whoa, hang on, wait, steady on a minute. Why are these two fighting? Why are we doing Batman again so soon as well?
It should have been DC Civil War. Like obviously, Justice League would have introduced fair enough. We all know Batman or Superman, just like introducing all together. And then obviously Batman and Superman have got like the differences, and then leave from that.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, mate. You are absolutely can't be denied. There is an amazing scene. The warehouse scene's incredible. Like it really.
No,
is.
yeah, I have seen the warehouse scene. The warehouse scenes. I have seen bits of.
I'm not a huge fan of Ben Affleck as Batman.
Yeah, I mean, I get that.
He kills people. First of all, that's wrong.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. Some people get killed, and it's like that's literally rule one of Fight Club. Like you can't be. Batman doesn't kill people. It's the only thing that you can't do. Don't kill people. But
I will admit, I didn't like the suit when I first saw it.
No, didn't like the suit. Didn't like the Batmobile.
No, I thought they were.
A lot of people did like the suit though. Like my brother loves the suit. Not the metal one. The other one.
No, the metal one's ridiculous.
Yeah. The other one. But
I just don't picture Batman. That's me. I don't picture Batman like that.
No, too like.
I like the Batman in his own Gotham, not outside of Gotham, not with his Justice League stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know. Because I grew up with just Batman, not like the Justice League.
Yeah. And I don't think the Justice League has ever been portrayed in a way that's made us that interested, whereas the Avengers were.
Yeah, no.
So yeah, I put it in meh. There's some good parts and some bad parts. It's not an awful movie, but not really what a film called Batman vs Superman should be. A good movie, at least a good movie.
But I'm also a big fan of justice. All right.
Justice League.
Shit.
Yeah, that's bad. That's certainly in the bottom two. Like, is it worse than Batman and Robin? Like, I don't know. It's not good.
I wouldn't even put it on the list, mate.
It's here. It's definitely here. Like that's at the very, very, very least.
I have to say, I do like the cast of the Justice League.
Yeah, and I don't think I blame the director and Warner Brothers. Don't massively blame. I don't even blame Ben Affleck for me not liking him as Batman. I don't think it's his fault. I think
is it
fucking Jared Leto? Jesus Christ! What was that? The thing is,
show you my new toys.
At the time, right? I'm a bit older now. Got on a bit, getting on a bit now, so I can appreciate different people doing different roles. At the time, I was like, "Why is somebody doing the Joker? It's not Heath Ledger. Fuck off. Leave it alone."
Yeah,
the
Jared
gangster.
Leto. Yeah, the gangster. Yeah,
the tattoos, the teeth, the hair. It just none of it. When I was watching the trailers, I was just like dreading.
Yeah, I appreciate the new approach you try to do with it, and I'll be honest with you. When I heard Jared Leto was going to go and do it, I thought, it might actually be good.
Yeah,
then you watch it and it's like,
not good. not a good film.
Mm.
There's not that much good I can say about it. Really, there's not. I watched it with my mate, and we got to the end of it, and he was just like, "Yeah, it was bad."
Yeah,
literally, sorry if anybody wants to watch this film. I wouldn't advise it, but it's pretty much the Justice League really struggle to defeat a villain for a whole movie. Then they go and bring Superman back from the dead, and he literally comes and punches them, and then that's the end of the film.
It's like DC. I think DC at the time were trying so hard to get to
be Marvel to the point where they got the Avengers director.
Marvel were literally like tearing up the box offices, weren't they?
Which was probably quite strange because of how well The Dark Knight had done at that point. So The Dark
Yeah.
Knight came out in 2008, which is the same year as Iron Man.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
the
No. Yeah.
DC were flying, and
Yeah.
Marvel had only just started because of Downey Jr. and Jon Favreau, because they wanted
And
to do it. Like they had to
I
push
think
for it as well, didn't they?
yeah, but like Disney just had like, or Disney and Marvel just had this plan though, didn't they? Like the cinematic universe,
Yeah,
a cinematic universe that like no other movie has ever done,
yeah.
and
Make them like the comics,
yeah, no, yeah,
which is
like
what we're seeing in DC now, like with stuff like Joker.
yeah, no, we are no, and
The Joker is essentially a graphic novel, but a standalone
the
graphic
last
novel.
the last few DC movies I've enjoyed to watch, like the
Birds of
Birds of
Prey.
Prey,
Yeah,
like Nut Guns, Suicide Squad, like I
Yeah.
love James Gunn.
yeah, that was great.
Um,
That was great. They're different
no.
to Marvel films, and I think now DC have realised that that's okay. They're doing well with it. They're
Yeah.
not trying to replicate as much anymore. They're just doing their own thing, which is
Yeah,
it's a bit more adult and a bit darker.
Yeah,
and that's
it is.
fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I love that. Like Aquaman's a bit like like Aquaman and all that lot. Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Shazam, even Shazam's like I everyone goes crazy up and talk about Shazam, and Shazam movie's brilliant.
It's to be honest, as well, it's a massive insult to Zack Snyder. Obviously, we'll go on to that next as well. But
Yeah,
to
no,
take that movie off him is an absolute joke, and give it to the Avengers director. What an insult that is to an artist. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
it was
no,
a shame.
we know you've been building this, but we're gonna give it to the guy that did the first Avengers movie and the second one, and made a fucking pig's ear of the second one. Quite frankly,
I think they should just sort of hold it, because I remember Schneider had to leave because there was a death in the family, wasn't there? Like at the time.
was there?
Something
So
like that,
they had to
I think
hold.
it-
Oh right, Warner Brothers didn't want to hold it.
Yeah, there was. I think there was a suicide in the family, and
Oh,
Zack
geez.
Snyder. Obviously, what are you going to do? Oh yeah, I can't. Not in the right state of mind. Are you going
No,
to continue?
you would
making the
wait.
movie? You could just put it on hold and definitely like you could go back to the drawing board, see what you can do.
Kevin
like, you know,
Feige
like,
would never. He would
overlook
wait.
something. Yeah, but no, they just like said nah.
That's Warner Brothers all over, though, mate. It's Warner Brothers all
That's
over.
what I mean. Like
They're
that's one
responsible for a lot of things to
Yeah.
do with Batman that have failed in the
But-
past because they're too sort of scared to be any
Yeah.
kind of controversy or.
And like I said before, I think that the mindset of like they have to do better than Disney were doing with Marvel.
Yeah,
I think that's what was in there. It's like, no, we have to get this out. This is like everyone's hyped about this. We need to get this out.
You know what was the biggest joke? This is completely not Batman, but the new the new Space Jam movie shows Warner Brothers for what it truly is.
Yeah,
It was a shameless advertisement. Going,
I see.
everybody, come and look at us. Look at all the things we do. Like, it's not just Disney out there, you know. Like, we've got all this stuff as well. And it's just like, grow up. Like, it was bad. And I love Space Jam as well, so it hit me on a personal level. I took that personally.
Yeah, I know. Like, they should have just left it, shouldn't they? Should never touched
Which,
it.
obviously, moving on. I've not seen this. Have you seen the Snyder Cut?
No, I haven't seen the Snyder Cut. I still need. And it's a long movie, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 6
like,
hours. So
yeah.
we're going to have to kind of probably leave that, to be honest.
Yeah, but like, it's you're gonna have to. It's like one of those movies you need to find time to watch it, don't you? Because it's a very 242 minutes.
Yeah,
From what I look
exactly.
at it,
Yeah,
like what
you can
3
watch it.
hours?
I think you can watch it in. Oh, it's more than 3 hours, man. It's like 6
Yeah, it's
or
one of those
4.
movies where.
I don't know, but you can watch it in 6 parts. I think.
Oh right, okay, that's alright then.
Yeah, I think you can watch it in 6
But yeah,
parts.
I've heard good stuff about it. I've heard really good stuff about it actually. Like,
Same. So I feel like
what upsets me about that as well is they're not willing to use that as the main Justice League movie.
They're
Still.
not.
They're still
Yeah,
considering fucking Josh. What's his name? That's the main.
they're not going to restore the Snyderverse, are they? But I don't know. They might. There's talk of it. Fans demanding it. So, but I
Yeah.
don't. It's a bit. It's going to be a bit much. Try and see like Robert Pattinson Batman, Michael Keaton Batman, and Ben Affleck Batman all operating at the same time.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, I loved No Way Home as much as the next man, but it would be kind of weird to see Toby Andrew and Tom operating all at the same time, doing their own individual movies, and then come into it together. I think it'd just be a bit weird. But then now I'm thinking, is that what they're doing on purpose to try and make a Batman multiverse?
I just had a thought of it. Could you imagine if they did that with Batman? Like,
Yeah.
Christian Bale's like, where are they, John?
I know, yeah.
And Ben Affleck comes
But
out.
I actually, so this is true. Well, no, I don't know. It's a source, but apparently it was Bale originally that they tried to approach for the Flash movie, but they couldn't strike a deal with him. So they went for Keaton. Because, and to be honest, if they'd have got Bale back, I would have probably been a lot.
I don't
more
think
excited.
it's sort of like. I don't
No,
think
it doesn't. They kind of need to stay on the road.
Bale, does it? No, I think Bale's a very, very like.
But then it is a multiverse, isn't it? So the whole point is that it doesn't suit him, and he'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It tough one that.
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning.
Now,
but we can move on to this one.
This one, Arbats, 2022 release. I'm not putting it anywhere on there yet. If you've not seen this film, probably stop watching now because there might be some spoilers and I wouldn't spoil anything for you about it. But just go and watch it. If you've not watched this film, go and watch it now and then come press pause.
What are you doing?
Go watch it and come back and press play and then talk about it. Yeah. What you saying?
It's a new Batman. Like I say, like I said before, I like the approach people take on Batman. Always have their own different approach. This one is like it's sort of like already in motion with Batman. Like, there's no origin story with it. You like we know how Batman comes across.
I mean, yeah. Look at the screen. We don't need another origin story. We know who Batman is. We know why he is Batman.
So we know what happens with Batman, and this is sort of like, let's just get so it's year 2 Batman. So he's in the second year being Batman.
Yeah,
and he's sort of like coming to like his groove of how to be Batman, like how to balance. Well, he's sort of like in the struggle, isn't he? Like how to balance being Bruce Wayne and Batman. You see more of Batman in as Bruce Wayne. You see him like trying, like he's struggling with that.
Yeah,
but it's like sort of like he's not like a playboy billionaire. He's like this like deeply troubled vigilante,
depressed.
Like
he's in a bad way, and so is Gotham.
He isn't like
horrendous.
He hasn't like got like a social like. He hasn't got a way to socialize with people outside of being Batman.
No. Yeah. Batman is Bruce Wayne is fading away.
Yeah, and you see that when he's at that funeral for the mayor, don't you? He approaches it. He's just looking head down.
Yeah,
he's looking around. He hears Jim Gordon speaking to his officers. He looks at the kids, like the mayor's orphan's child. Like he
looks like a social recluse, doesn't he? He looks like
he does. And when the reporter's talking,
he's worried that people are looking at him, kind of thing, and like he looks like full of anxiety. Like he does not want to be in that situation.
Yeah, he looks like he does. He looks like he doesn't want to be there, does he?
No, which he doesn't. He really doesn't.
No,
he was going for a reason.
Because he's obviously he wants to be Batman. Like, well, no, he doesn't want to be Batman, but he wants to go out and find who the Riddler is. He wants to go and capture the Riddler.
Yeah,
that's what he wants to do.
He feels responsible for Gotham. He feels like he needs to fix it. Nobody else. Him. It has to be him. And he plays it with this burden that he doesn't enjoy being Batman. It's not something that he particularly wants to do because he enjoys it. It's because he just feels like he is responsible. For whatever reason, he has to do it. Yeah, because if he doesn't, nobody else will, and Gotham will just fall into more and more chaos. And I've never sort of got the feeling like I did with this one that I felt like Bruce, mate, I think he might be fighting a losing battle because Gotham is fucked. Like, it's horrible, horrible place in this one.
When
One
you
thing as well, it's obviously the way that Pattinson plays it. We've never seen anybody be Batman as much on screen in terms of dialogue, full scenes, in the suit, talking in the suit all the time. Christian Bale couldn't have done that because he would have passed out probably. If he spent 90% of the time as Batman, he would have needed new vocal cords by the end of the film. So, yeah, it's great. It's a detective film, isn't it? It's a thriller. It is like Seven. There's like a narration. There's certain bits where like we've never seen the whole, and it's always spoke about how people are scared of the shadows because of Batman. You know what I mean? People are scared of the dark. Like they touch on it in The Dark Knight. They say you guys all have your meetings in the daytime now because of Batman, and it's like it showed us. There's a little bit where a criminal drops a spray paint can and it rolls into darkness, and all of a sudden he's just like, nah, I'm not a chance am I going into the darkness. And I just think it was really cool, and I think that's Matt Reeves doing Matt Reeves, like just perfect cinematic shots here and there that were just phenomenal, like in an artistic way, like the upside down shot when he's walking towards him. Walking towards Penguin, and the darkness shot that we were talking about in Word the other day when all you see is the flash of machine guns, and it's like, then it goes darkness, then a flash, then back, and it's just like, to have that kind of mind to come up with that, and I don't know, it's just, and it all just worked perfectly. It's a 3-hour film, but I wanted to watch more of.
It's sort of like the way it was more of like it's a more of an introduction for the villains to Batman, isn't it? Like you see it with Penguin.
Yeah,
Penguin's not have got
he's
this
not
like
even Penguin.
No, he's not even. Well, he's like early stage, like
he's
Penguin.
Called Oz, isn't he? I don't think I heard anybody call him Penguin.
It's like an introduction for the regards to like Penguin, isn't it? Like a criminal, like the way he just like takes him out and then walks towards him in that scene with the car.
Oh, it's
Penguin's
amazing.
like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Not just obviously Robert Pattinson is amazing as Batman, but then the Riddler as well, who I thought I wouldn't say stole the show, but I mean, Jesus, what a performance!
Paul Dano, yeah, Paul Dano is like he looks like a psychopath. I'm gonna say
he looks like he does a bit.
But I don't know, yeah, but he suits the role so well because he's like this, like, you know, crazy serial killer psychopath. He's so I don't know if you watched The Prisoner, but he looks exactly like he does, like the glasses and everything in The Prisoner,
right?
And it's just, and then that scene when he's interrogating him and he's just like, what have you done? And he starts singing Ave Maria. It's just like, what the fuck? This guy's lost it.
Bonkers, but also very intelligent.
Yeah, no, you get that feel that he hasn't got the upper hand with Riddler. He's got the upper hand with Penguin because he knows how to be brute force, and he knows how to beat the crap out of you.
He's bulletproof. When you kind of take
take
guns away from a lot of these gangsters, there's nothing to him.
He knows he can beat the crap out of you, and he knows there are stages you see where he can't control it. He loses control, like the first scene when he's like fighting all those guys.
Yeah,
he beats the crap out of that guy. It's just like you see flaws in him.
Yeah, it's not polished. Hellfire, he's not polished. He's struggling.
And same with the Riddler. He's got flaws. He can't outsmart the Riddler. Riddler's way ahead of him.
Yeah. He's everyone in it's amazing. It's an amazing film.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, it's a perfect take on the Batman. I'm looking forward to see where they go with it.
Obviously, there's signed 2 more shows with Arkham one on the way with a special guest. If you've seen the film, you'll know. In fact, no, I told you I'd go and watch it. So they teased the Joker in the film. Barry Cohen.
by Coleman, yeah.
But
by
which
Coleman.
is hilarious because his brother actually leaked that on April Fool's Day last year.
And everyone's trying to like there was I think there was like an interview during the premiere. Like everyone's trying to get information from him. What are you? He was like, no, I can't talk about it.
Yeah,
He literally can't talk about who he is.
yeah, exactly. Which was kind of obvious to me, and he just looks like the Joker. I think like his face, his mouth. I feel like I don't know. There's something about him that just like as soon as I saw him, I was like, yes, that works for me.
I still don't see it. I still can't see him being the Joker. Like I think he is a Joker, but I can't see how he's going to portray the Joker. I just can't see it yet. Like obviously it's one of them. Like it's a wait and see for me. See how he does as a Joker, but I just can't see.
I think he's going to take inspiration from Arkham, Gotham, rather than any of the films so far.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going to be anything like Joaquin Phoenix. I don't think he's going to be anything like
anything
like Jack Nicholson. I think he's going to be somewhat
I'm looking forward to see
like the Arkham splash. Because the guy that played him in Gotham, underrated, unbelievable performance from him as the Joker.
Yeah. It's what's his name? I know his name. I do know his name.
It's Cal from
yeah, from the Star Wars.
Yeah,
game.
Falls Away. No, what's it called? I can't remember what.
He's in Shameless as well, like the American Shameless.
Is he?
Oh.
But yeah. Anyway, he's good. He's really good. I think it'll be somewhat similar to him. And remember, obviously, Joker won't be anywhere near his. Almost won't be Joker yet. Probably, like there's a chance that this, whatever happens in this next movie or Arkham film, is going to be his first real big sort of mission. You know what I mean? He's like, obviously, it's going to be him and Riddler working together, and that's exciting for any Batman fan because that's just not going to end well, quite frankly. Like it just won't end well for them two either. Like they won't get along for the most part of it. I would have thought.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how Barry portrays the Joker, but at the same time, I've got minor doubts about it. Like not massively, but minor doubts. I just can't see him. I don't picture him like in the makeup and the green hair and everything. I can't see it yet.
Fair enough. And we will probably won't see it for a while.
No, it'll be a while now. Won't it? That's the thing. That's upsetting me. Watch. I can't wait for it as well.
I know. Maybe we don't have to actually wait that long to watch this film because it is out on 19th April on HBO Max, I think. So that's lovely. Where do we put it? It's not better than The Dark Knight, so it's there at least.
Yeah. I think it's a better introduction to a new.
It's better than any of them.
Yeah, I think it's a better I think it's a very, very, very good introduction to.
It's the best first Batman movie we've ever seen.
Not Batman himself, but the whole Batman Matt
Reeves universe.
Yeah, it is. No, absolutely.
One of the things that's most impressive, sort of about for me as well, is that if you're in a situation where I want to see more of Pattinson, I want to see more of Dano, I want to see more of everyone. Jeffrey Wright was incredible as Gordon. I want to see literally more of every single character. Andy Serkis as Alfred, barely got to see him. Want to see more, but then I want to see all of the other characters brought in as well as that. So for a 3-hour film to get me to that point where kind of the only comparison I can make, because I didn't kind of get that from Batman Begins, is when I played Batman Arkham Asylum. And I was amazing, loved it, but I want more now. I want different villains. I want to, you know what I mean? I want it to be bigger. I want it to I want it to be expanded on. And I really got that feeling with this film.
I want to see. I want to see them do villains that haven't been in the movies before. You know what I mean? I want to see the Mad Hatter. I want to see Hush.
Condiment Man.
Hush, yeah, turn.
I think
know what I mean?
it's funny because
Killer Croc. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess
Mr.
I kind of have seen Croc, but not in a Batman
Yeah,
film.
but like Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze has been in one Batman movie.
Yeah, well,
Batman.
that's what I was saying. That's what I was going to say. That what I think is quite interesting is the ones that they seem to be going for are ones that we've seen. Because I've seen a lot of talk about Mr. Freeze. Are they going? They might go for the Court of Owls. However, there is a very suspicious moment in the Batman when he injects himself with a vial of green liquid. Which, if you know Batman at all, it's either Venom or Joker serum, maybe. But I can't see it being that.
Can't see it being Joker serum. I can see it.
Because obviously after he injects it, he becomes Bane-like for a second and just jumps up and
maybe it's like a
so.
maybe it's like a low dose of the Venom serum, something like that, like a smaller, not as crazy dose of what Bane would be taking if he was in it.
Yeah. I think we can leave it in the GOAT because, in a sense, it is the greatest of all time of first Batman.
No, I agree. I think,
and in terms of, like we've said, I think it is that if you're talking about right, so if you gave me a Batman comic, right, and you said fit the brief, like make it like this, read this comic, make it like this, make it like the graphic novels, then I think the Batman is more accurate. I think if you were in school and your brief, you had a project and you were given a brief of the Batman comics, and someone came back with the Dark Knight and someone came back with the Batman, I think the Batman would get higher marks in terms of accuracy to the brief and the comics and using the material and creating a cinematic version of that. But in terms of just being a movie, that if I was to get a random person, and I feel like anybody would enjoy The Dark Knight, I feel like there still will be a few people that might not enjoy the Batman. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like it's a different approach to Batman because you look at compare it to Nolan and Michael Keaton's Batman. It's sort of like he isn't as highly backed. You know what I mean? Like he hasn't got the necessary equipment to be he's top at the moment. He's still learning. He's still
like that flight suit in the Batman, the squirrel wingsuit thing.
Yeah.
It didn't go well.
No.
So he's not. He's just great moments. He's just not polished. He's not where Christian Bale is in The Dark Knight, and they're actually in the same year because Dark Knight is year 2 of him being Batman.
Yeah,
and that, in a sense, when you compare it to the Batman, you think, actually, The Dark Knight is very unrealistic in terms of how has he become that good at everything within 12 months. Do you know what I mean? But it fits for that universe, and I would never not got a bad word to say about that film, really. So, yeah, I think that's fair.
No, I agree. I think that's perfect fit.
Nods to Batman Returns as well, and then the 2 Nolans in Fantastic. The 2 ones that are in good are pretty much there as a nod to them, realistically, aren't they? We respect them. They're not our favourites, but we respect them. They did a job at the time. And then it just starts to get a bit worse as you go past good. But yeah, I'm happy with that.
I think that's decent.
Yeah, I think that's quite a good list.
I think it's fair. I think a lot of them are fair.
I don't think many can disagree with that. I mean, the only thing maybe is wrong is that Justice League needs to be in shite.
Yeah, I would agree.
Maybe.
I mean, if everyone's got a bad word about Batman Return, I swear to God.
Yeah, I bet people will.
Yeah, that's what I see as well. I look at it as people are probably not going to agree with that, but I don't care. Shut up.
Yeah. It's is that no? I don't think Batman Forever is a bad film.
No, it's very May, and I think.
Yeah, we're fair. I'm happy. Lock it in.
Lock it in now.
Yeah, so we are starting number 1, The Dark Knight. Number 2, The Batman. Number 3, Batman Returns. Number 4, Batman Begins. Number 5, The Dark Knight Rises. Number 6, just Batman. Number
Batman.
7, Adam West, Batman. And then 8, Batman Forever. 9, Batman vs Superman. 10, Justice League, and Batman and Robin down the bottom. So that has been the first episode of It'll All End in Tears. There's no tears, like crying tears this week. We didn't really disagree on that many, to be fair, did we?
I think there was The Dark Knight Rises on, and when we were just a bit like...
Yeah, The Dark Knight Rises and Batman Begins, yeah. But I think that's fair. There's not much in it, is there?
No,
I think, like you said, it's probably just preference.
Yeah, that's what the good about in the movies are, that like everyone's got a preference on what they prefer. I think there's obviously like a universal, like everyone knows that The Dark Knight's good.
Yeah,
let's be real.
It's in like the top 5 on IMDb of just films. Yeah. So if anybody says that it's not, they're wrong.
Well,
They're statistically wrong.
Yeah, they are.
Right. I've just realised that Batman thingy's not on. You can't see Batman and Robin's fallen off the list. There it is. You can see it now. There you go. Just sneaking in at the bottom there.
Keep it off the list.
Yeah, we'll just pop that back there.
Yeah,
forget about it.
Wait a minute.
Right, so that's it for this week. Tune in, guys. Leave us a comment, by the way, if you any ideas of things you want us to do a tier list of. Like we've been talking about stuff from Batmobiles to MCU
Batmobile
films, football players, chocolate bars.
That'll be. I think football players will be a very, very like.
Oh yeah, football players will be a controversial.
That'll be arguments going on.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I know there'll already be one right at the top of it, so yeah, that'll probably take a whole episode in itself. But yeah, like the video, guys. Comment, subscribe. You know what to do. Get us to 1K. Get us so we can just do this full time, please. That'd be lovely. Please.
I'm begging.
Please. Yeah, no, seriously.
No, please. What are you doing? Like it, please. I'm begging.
Cheers, guys. See you later. Bye bye.
See you later now. Thank you, mate.